Next, cinematic scene. We'll visualize a massive black, hole-bending light around it, with a glowing accretion disk and warped starlight. We begin with a dark core representing the black hole. Around it is the event horizon. A hot accretion disk glows as matter spirals inward. Distant stars are warped into arcs by gravity. Finally, we label the event horizon and the singularity. Now we slowly approach the event horizon, watching the accretion disk and starlight distort as gravity grows stronger. This is a visual taste of gravity's extreme curvature of space, where light itself bends around a massive black hole. Next, visualize the dramatic death of a massive star. We will watch it expand into a red supergiant, then collapse in a supernova, leaving behind a dense black hole. We begin with a massive star shining brightly in space. It is hot, compact, and filled with nuclear fuel. Then, as fuel runs low, the outer layers expand. At this stage, the star is a red supergiant. Its radius grows enormously, while its core becomes unstable. Now the core can no longer support itself. It collapses violently. This collapse triggers a supernova explosion. We see shock waves and debris blasting outward into space. After the explosion, the core implodes even further. A dense black hole forms at the center, while the outer material continues to drift into space. To summarize, a massive star expands into a red supergiant, collapses into a supernova, and leaves behind a black hole, while shockwaves and debris disperse through space. Next, visualize the event horizon of a black hole as the boundary in space where light bends inward and cannot escape. Let's build a simple space diagram. We'll draw a dark black hole, and then add a glowing spherical boundary to represent the event horizon. Next, we will show a beam of light approaching and then curving back into the black hole. The glowing boundary is the event horizon, the point of no return. The incoming light bends inward and crosses this boundary, which means it can never escape. Next, in this video, we'll visualize what happens when an astronaut approaches a black hole. The astronaut gets stretched into a long, thin shape because the gravitational pull is stronger at the feet than at the head. Let's build a simple diagram. We'll place a black hole on the right and an astronaut approaching from the left. As the astronaut gets closer, the black hole pulls on the feet much more than the head. This difference in force is called tidal force. We'll show this with arrows. The longer arrow near the feet means a stronger pull, while the shorter arrow near the head means a weaker pull. Because the feet are pulled harder than the head, the astronaut stretches into a long, thin shape. This is called spaghettification. We'll show the astronaut elongating and add distortion lines to highlight the stretching. To summarize, near a black hole, tidal forces are so extreme that they stretch objects into long, thin shapes. The difference in gravitational pull between the head and feet causes this dramatic distortion. Next, we'll visualize a black hole with a bright, fast-spinning accretion disk. We'll see hot particles collide, emit radiation, and powerful jets shooting from the poles. Let's build the scene step by step. First, place the black hole in the center. Next, add a glowing accretion disk. Then we add fast-moving particles. We'll show collisions that emit radiation. And finally, powerful jets shoot from the poles. Here is the intuition. The accretion disk is a ring of gas and dust spiraling inward. The particles move fast, collide, and heat up, which causes them to glow and emit radiation. The black hole's strong magnetic fields can channel some of that energy into jets that shoot out from the poles. Next, visualize gravitational time dilation near a black hole. We'll compare a clock far away ticking normally with a clock close to the event horizon that ticks extremely slowly. First, let's draw a space-time grid. When a massive object, like a black hole, is present, this grid becomes warped. Notice how the grid bends inward around the black hole, showing curved space-time. Now let's add two clocks. The first clock is far from the black hole, so it ticks at a normal rate. The second clock is very close to the event horizon, so it ticks extremely slowly. Watch the hands carefully. The far clock ticks at a normal pace, while the near horizon clock barely moves. This is gravitational time dilation. Time slows down in stronger gravitational fields. The warped grid shows how space-time is curved around the black hole, and the different ticking rates show how time itself flows differently depending on gravitational strength. Far away, time runs normally. Near the event horizon, it slows dramatically. Next, compare three black holes of different sizes. We will show a small stellar black hole, a medium black hole, and a massive galaxy-centered black hole. We will also include scale references like stars and a galaxy so you can see how big these objects are. Let's build a comparison scene. On the left, we will place a small stellar black hole. In the middle, we will place a medium black hole. On the right, we will place a massive black hole at the center of a galaxy. First, let's draw the three black holes as dark disks. Now, we'll label each black hole. Next, we'll add stars as size references near the small and medium black holes. Finally, we'll add a spiral galaxy around the massive black hole to show its enormous scale. Notice how small a stellar black hole is when compared to a medium black hole, and how tiny they both look next to a galaxy-centered black hole. The stars and the surrounding galaxy help us visualize the scale differences. This is why supermassive black holes are so extraordinary in astrophysics. Next, of a spiral galaxy with a glowing center. Notice the graceful spiral arms made of stars. Now let's zoom into the core to reveal a supermassive black hole. As we get closer, the gravity dominates the motion of nearby stars. At the center, we see a dark region surrounded by a hot glowing ring. This represents a supermassive black hole. Stars near the core move very fast. Let's watch several stars orbit rapidly around the black hole. This intense motion is caused by the enormous gravitational pull of the black hole. The closer a star is to the center, the faster it must move to stay in orbit. Next, build an intuitive picture of Hawking radiation. We'll show particle pairs forming near the event horizon, one escaping as radiation while the other falls in. Then we'll visualize the black hole slowly shrinking over time. Here is our black hole. The bright ring shows the event horizon. We'll zoom in on the edge, where particle pairs can pop into existence. Near the horizon, a particle and antiparticle pair can briefly appear. If one particle escapes outward, it becomes radiation. The other falls into the black hole, carrying negative energy. Over time, this causes the black hole to slowly shrink. In summary, quantum pairs near the event horizon can lead to radiation escaping, while the black hole loses mass and shrinks over time. Next, create a speculative visualization of the interior of a black hole. We'll see a collapsing space-time tunnel leading to a singularity. First, imagine space-time as a grid. Deep inside a black hole, this grid collapses inward, bending and tightening toward the center. Now, we visualize a collapsing tunnel. Each ring represents a slice of space-time, contracting toward a central point. At the end of this collapsing tunnel, we reach the singularity. It is often modeled as a point of infinite density. This is a conceptual visualization. The true interior of a black hole is still unknown, but these abstract ideas help us imagine how space-time could collapse into a singularity.
Thank you for watching. Tap like, share, and comment, then follow and subscribe for more videos.